Hi everyone, it's time for another Death Battle reaction video. This time it's a battle of ice. That reminds me. For this battle, pull the gray off. Pull the gray off. And now I'm ready. It's an ice battle between Gray Fullbuster of Fairy Tail and Esdeath of Akame got Kill. Not Exdeath, alright? We're not talking about Final Fantasy V for some odd reason. I don't know why you have that idea, but I certainly don't. So here's what I have. Gray Fullbuster is one of the protagonists of Fairy Tail, part of Natsu's team, Natsu Dragneel, and he was on Death Battle before. And he has ice make magic, which allows him to create all sorts of objects. Esdeath is the antagonist of Akame got Kill. As a matter of fact, part of the resistance to Night Raid. And believe me, she is smoking. I mean, seriously, smoking. So with that in mind, I have to go into this. I haven't really seen a lot of Esdeath or Akame got Kill, but I know that anime is pretty bloody, especially when some of those characters die, and they die in pretty horrific ways. So that in mind, I would have to give I want to give the nod to Esdeath. And I probably might just suggest Esdeath right now, mainly because she's more lethal than Gray is. But let's take a look at the result. Let's take a look at the backgrounds, just to be on the safe side. By the way, I cannot forget the disclaimer that there is no I have no ownership to Rooster Teeth or Death Battle. This is merely an entertainment kind of a deal. So please understand. Hopefully YouTube doesn't block it. But you never know with those guys. So let's go on with the death battle.
The element of ice is cold and unforgiving. Literally! Only in an equally frigid and merciful will understand its true potential. Like Gray Fullbuster, Ice Mage of the Fairy Tail Guild. And Esdeath, the Imperial General from Akame got Kill. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick. And it's our job to
get another beer for that one.
To find out who would win a death battle.
Another hand-drawn enemy one.
In a land far, far away lies the kingdom of Fiori, a place filled with magic. But not everyone was living their best life in Magic Town.
I've been suggested to do fanfiction of this, and I will be doing it in about a month.
Wiped out the whole place. Gray survived, though everyone else wasn't so lucky.
Nope.
But hey, at least he got adopted by a hot stripper. This is her, and she just so happened to be one of the greatest ice mages in the world. So Gray got to training. Who else is going to take out that creepy demon for revenge and justice, right?
Big Neil?
And he needed to master ice magic to do it. Gray worked tirelessly and eventually became a master of ice make molding magic. Essentially crafting weapons, tools, and other inanimate objects out of ice. Swords, shields, hammers, grappling hooks, stairs, clones of himself, anything he wants, really. He'd even whip out a friggin' ice bazooka.
So is it Ice Ninja like Sub-Zero?
New mom and became a regular Chippendale himself. He really never stopped doing that. But with powerful magic,
I know, I do it myself.
He became reckless, desperate to prove himself and destroy the demon. Sadly, this carelessness would change his life for the worse one more time. He tried to take the demon out himself, but things didn't go so great, even with his shiny new power. What? Gray learned how to do all this cool ice magic by stripping? Well, ice magic, here I come.
Oh god! Oh no! Get close! Get close, Boomstick!
Was just part of Ur's training. See, she instructed Gray to do so in order to adapt to the cold to better resist it.
That's what I do. That's what I do. That's what I do every New Year's.
Why didn't you say that 5 seconds earlier, when I still had my favorite shirt? Anyway, Gray was outmatched by the demon.
I know, right?
She was to step in with her ultimate spell, Ice Shell. It's a super handy move that can freeze a giant demon like that for good.
With a catch.
At the cost of the caster's life. Ah, there it is.
Yep.
Big oof. If that's not bad enough, we learned an ultimate version called Lost Ice Shell. This one
Wait,
also
what?
kills you, but as a bonus, it also erases the memories of you from everyone who ever knew you. Sure, the Lost Ice Shell is hundreds of times more powerful and basically a guaranteed win move if he has enough time to cast it. But how does that even work? Say Gray cut off your arm, leaving you handicapped for years, then Lost Ice Shelled himself elsewhere. That would be a very confusing day.
Yeah, that would.
Is that how I lost my leg? Wonder who it was I knew. Ah, well, speaking of lost, Great Fullbuster had lost 2 families at this point. But once again, he found new footing and new friends, this time with the mages of the fairy tale guild. Including a clingy blue-haired water lady, Juvia. It's okay, you can ship them. Everybody does.
Yes.
Including them. Now full from a serious helping of humble pie, Gray changed his tune. No longer would he be a reckless avenger, but a cautious, laid-back...
No, he's still reckless.
Which works out since this is the sort of world where fighting for your friends actually increases your magical power. True story. You could say he started keeping a cool head, huh? Yep.
Bad.
Demon hunting for him. Well, until he got his hands on demon killing magic, of course.
Tons of ice.
After becoming an ice devil slayer, Gray learned how to devour ice to replenish his power, become extremely resistant.
So he pulls a Natsu.
Mess around with other people's ice magic, and conjure spells designed to kill demons. Which would have been really, really handy just a little bit ago.
Yeah.
Oh well, with all this magic, ice mages can wipe out an entire town all at once, or stir up an ice storm that covered the country of Fiori. By comparing
that's called
the scale of Fiori based on official maps, it appears the force and energy of the storm would be equivalent to more than 27 gigatons of TNT.
Oh,
That's a big ass storm, and it makes sense.
I know.
On par with fellow guildies Natsu and Urza. Natsu has dodged lightning, and Urza blew up this giant meteor all by herself. Measuring the distance between the meteor and land in this shot, then comparing its size to Urza in this one, we found that Urza must have been moving over 20,000 times the speed of sound to intercept it.
Can you convert that to warp speed?
50 teratons of TNT. And Gray should definitely be in the same ballpark at least, especially since Urza wasn't even at her full strength. Truly, as long as Gray keeps his pants on, literally, he's a fierce warrior who will always fight for his friends. I've got a will all of my own. And it says my friends and I are going to walk the path of life.
Okay, now it's time for Esdeath.
As a child, Esdeath lived among her clan in the northern frontier, hunting giant monsters called danger beasts with her father. Awesome! Now that's how you raise a kid. The size of that thing.
That's how you raise your kid, Boomstick.
License for those. However, Esdeath's destiny would lie further south, among a 1,000-year-old empire. Because what do you know? Her whole clan got wiped out, leaving her as a lone survivor. Now, normally this would lead to a dramatic revenge story and a lesson on friendship and appreciating what you have and stuff. But,
more or less.
That's not what happened. Right. Esdeath ascribed herself to a sort of survival of the fittest philosophy. To her, if her father lay dead before her, that didn't mean she should be sad or angry. That meant her father was weak. Yeah, right, finally, somebody knows what I'm talking about. That's my power of friendship.
It's not friendship.
Well, now on her own, and maybe a bit insane, Esdeath joined the militant ranks of the widespread empire, where her violent nature found a new calling. Yeah, like when she buried 400,000 people alive. Mama Boomstick always told me you should enjoy your work, so good for her, I guess.
Maybe.
Got a promotion and an offer of a new weapon that would change everything. A Tegu. Esdeath was already extremely proficient with a sword, but this was something entirely different.
How's that?
Tegu is a supernatural relic forged from the remnants of special danger beasts. They can take the form of anything from a battle axe to a flute to a giant pair of scissors. However, Esdeath
scissors, seriously,
unique, most were absolutely terrified of it. It was blood, the demon's extract. And because she's a totally sane, normal person, she drank it. All of it. Okay. After surviving the side effects, you know, the usual headaches, nausea, maddening voices in her head telling her to kill everyone, earned her reward. Ice magic, bitches! She can make and shape ice out of thin air. Weapons, shields, platforms, horses, frickin' meteors. You name it, she can make it. Plus, she can fly by holding herself in the air with ice, and once built an entire army of ice people. Look at them all!
Ice centaurs? Seriously?
It did take her a few days to make them all, implying she has a limit to her ability. Regardless, her enormous power is clear. She can even create a giant suit of armor around herself like some sort of icy mech. So she's a super deadly ice lady, but she's also got a soft side. Even with all the power she held, not even sadistic conquest or unstoppable ice magic could fill the void in her heart. Esdeath sought one thing above all else. Love. The Ice-Queen needs some loving. I know just the man for the job. So does she, apparently. She made a list of the specific qualities in her ideal man, who turned out to be this guy, Tatsumi. What? Really? Oh, some dopey generic anime protagonist kid. Well, he literally is an anime protagonist. Oh, come on. He's like a 3 out of 10, and she's not even on the chart. She's way too good for him. Is she? Oh, right. She's crazy. Even better! One skill of hers.
There's no satisfaction with move 6.
Mahatma. It's a time step she can only use once per day. It freezes time. But, like, literally freezes it with cold. This makes no sense. Anyway,
no, you did. Like, anime needs to. 400,000 people
and doing as many awesome things as she could to impress that Tatsumi bred. Once she froze an entire river with zero effort. Imagine how many slushies you could make with that. That isn't even a fraction of her true potential.
That's true.
After absorbing those tens of thousands of ice cavalry, Esdeath harnessed enough power to create an icy storm that spanned an entire continent. Comparing its size relative to the planet's diameter, producing a storm of this scale would require a kinetic energy over 280 petatons of TNT.
That's not good for Gray.
It took her, quote, a few days to make that many ice people.
Well, that's true.
Piling a lot more power than she would normally be capable of on any individual day. But Esdeath has tangled with the toughest rebels out there. Akame, who can dodge lightning, and dumb old Tatsumi, who was strong enough to outmuscle this absolute unit of a Tega called, Chico Taser. What's up with all these made-up German words? Chico Taser, or the Primus Imperator, was powerful enough to create a massive crater outside the Imperial capital. To make a crater of this size, the blast must have equaled over 900 teratons of TNT. And Esdeath is even more hardcore. Get this, one time her arm was poisoned, but before she let the poison spread to her body, she karate chopped her whole freaking arm off and replaced it with an ice sword.
That's awesome.
Yes. Sadly, or luckily, depending on where you stand, all of the power in the world wasn't enough for Esdeath to win Tatsumi's love. And she didn't even get to conquer the world either, because the main title character had to ruin everything. But in the end, she didn't lament her failure to conquer, or see herself as weak. Rather, she simply regretted not being able to look at Tatsumi one more time. Perhaps her cold philosophy was growing a bit warmer. Or maybe she was just an insane psychopath.
Whichever works.
I will always be victorious, no matter what gets in my way.
Yeah, she's insane, but she's also so strong, it's not even funny. Considering that fact, I mean, it's so obvious. You have to say that it's got to go to Esdeath. But at the same time, you have to keep in mind that Gray can actually manipulate the powers. Gray can actually absorb the powers of ice, like Natsu did with fire in his battle against Ace of One Piece. But right now, I'm right now fixated. Esdeath is stronger and definitely faster. But can Gray actually manipulate that ice to his advantage? I have to say no. I don't think Gray has it. I mean, she's insane, which actually could help her in this battle. Oh, yes, I'm going to stay with Esdeath on this one. I mean, it's logically that goes to Esdeath. Can the Gray? I'm not saying that the Gray absorbent is powerful enough to overcome, but we'll see. Here we go, death battle time. We got these ships.
Such a paltry country is hardly worth conquering.
Fior can be a little more than that.
Hey! Take your troops and get out!
Hello! Apparently she's not into the shirtless type.
Oh, just what I needed. Another crazy blue-haired woman in my life.
Yeah, Juvia is much better than Esdeath. That's cool. Okay, give me that soundtrack.
You have no right to feel my foot against your face. Now, die for me.
I make practically.
That's pretty good. Oh, he's still injured. Let's not forget that. I smell it. Oh, strong. Oh, and she. Oh, he takes out both Esdeath and the centaur. Cannon. Oh,
Very nice.
oh boy. Oh, yep.
Thanks for the meal.
Ice devil magic now. Ooh.
Nice devil. Zero locked door.
Huh. Oh, yeah, the class of the swords now. Oh, and there goes the arm. Oh, yeah, that's right. She can actually create another sword like that.
She's too much. Had no choice.
You tasted ice.
She'll counter it. Or not!
Free.
Or so.
Congratulations. Goodbye.
That's it! It's over!
KO!
Call it!
Just in. Male stripper found dead after a crazy domination gone wrong.
Nice!
7. Well, let's get to this. This was certainly an interesting matchup, and both cryomancers held their own advantages. Oh yeah, Gray's awesome ice make powers meant he had a ton of versatility at his frosty fingertips, like how he could eat ice to replenish his magic. Jeez,
Right.
I didn't see that one coming. Though being the tactician she is, Esdeath likely wouldn't fall for any of Gray's tricks more than once. Also, both were in the same range of speed by scaling to feats of dodging lightning.
Right.
Yeah, but the Queen of Cold Cake definitely had more ice power up her sleeve. Just look at those storms. The one Grayscale's 2 covered a country, while Esdeath's covered a whole continent. True, but we still had to deduce the exact nature and potential of her storm. Remember, Esdeath specifically claimed it took her a few days to make the ice cavalry she used as fuel for the storm. A few generally means 3 at minimum. So we can cut the yield of our previous calculation to 1/3. Lowballing this a bit, let's assume she used all of her power each day to make 1/3 of the total cavalry. This would mean Esdeath could wield about 93 petatons worth of energy on a daily
That's still major.
Yeah, that's way more than Invel's ice storm, and 1,600 times deadlier than that meteor Urza obliterated. Esdeath definitely had the advantage in sheer magic power. Even with his better resistances, there's no way Gray can survive that much magic force. So he really only had one shot, the Lost Ice Shell. Which certainly could have ended things right then and there, if not for Esdeath's time stop ability. Both the Ice Shell and Mahoptima could only be used once, but Mahoptima was more useful given its immediate effect compared to the Ice Shell's long casting time, and its versatility in that Esdeath could follow it up with whatever she wanted. Also, it doesn't kill her, so that's a plus.
Yep.
Sure. Technically, Gray's Ice Devil Slayer magic means he could probably resist the Mahoptopotamus a bit. But that brat Tatsumi had crazy good cold resistance too, and it didn't do him much good against the Time Freeze. Ray's speed and versatility meant he could hold his own, but Esdeath's awesome power, uniquely suited time freezing, and domineering perseverance saw her through this battle. Looks like Esdeath stopped Gray cold.
Really?
The winner is Esdeath.
You're better than I'm sick! So it's next 2 weeks.
Sort of Death Battlefield, the battle music for yourself here by clicking the link down below. And if you want to watch more stuff, check the boxes right over there.
So we got in 2 weeks. Gordo! Am I champ? What? What? Hold on. The four-armed dragon from Outworld, Gordo, Prince Gordo, takes on the fully evolved form of the top. I mean, Machamp. Seriously, Machamp. No! No, no, no! Goro wins over Machamp. There's no way around it. Goro is too strong. Okay, back to this death battle. And I was right at that one. So what happened is that, like I said, Esdeath was too strong. And I was right. And what happened is that Esdeath had more to work around than Gray did. Now, I'm not saying that Gray was bad anyway, no. But this actually will help me in my fanfiction, though. A little bit of ice magic, probably him and Snowrunt or Glalie getting together. I can see that happening. Right now, I'm thinking back to Pokemon. But yeah, but Gray definitely saw his Esdeath, and it wasn't pretty.